Good evening. Tonight we examine a major shift in the Pacific, the United States expanding its military presence in the Philippines. This move marks a dramatic reversal after decades of U.S. drawdown in the region. Why now? The answer lies in rising tensions and new threats, especially from China. The U.S. and the Philippines are forging a more flexible, modern defense partnership, no return to massive permanent bases, but a strategic realignment. Subic Bay, once a symbol of American power, is again at the center of this evolving alliance. Both nations see a shared threat, and believe renewed cooperation is the best way to protect their interests. This realignment is being watched closely in Beijing and around the world. For people in the Philippines, the US and across Asia, it means a stronger security umbrella, and potentially higher tensions. We'll break down the history, the new agreements, and what the future might hold. The stakes are high, and the outcome could shape security across the globe. Stay with us as we explore how this old friendship is being redefined for a new era. What happens here could affect the balance of power in the entire Indo-Pacific. Let's dive in. And if you find this reporting valuable, subscribe for more updates. To understand today's developments, we need to revisit Subic Bay's history. For nearly a century, Subic Bay was the heart of American naval power in the Pacific. It was more than a base. It was a sprawling American city on Philippine soil, vital during World War II and the Cold War. Its location gave the U.S. Navy unmatched access to the South China Sea, making it a cornerstone of America's regional strategy. The bases brought jobs and economic activity, but also sparked debates over sovereignty and national identity. Subic Bay shaped local culture and the U.S.-Philippines alliance for generations. Yet, the presence of large American bases fueled a strong nationalist movement in the Philippines. Many Filipinos saw them as relics of colonialism, incompatible with true independence. This tension between security and sovereignty would eventually force a reckoning. Subic Bay's legacy is dual, a symbol of alliance and a source of friction. Understanding this past is key to grasping the new, more balanced partnership emerging today. The modern alliance seeks to learn from history's lessons. It's about shared security, without the baggage of the past. The story of Subic Bay is far from over. It's being rewritten for a new era. The early 1990s marked a turning point. With the Cold War over, the U.S. no longer saw a need for massive bases in the Philippines. Meanwhile, Filipino nationalism surged, demanding an end to foreign military presence. In 1991, the bases agreement expired, sparking intense debate in the Philippine Senate. Many argued it was time for true sovereignty. Then Mount Pinatubo erupted, devastating Clark Air Base and damaging Subic Bay. The cost of rebuilding was enormous, complicating negotiations. Ultimately, the Senate narrowly voted to reject a new treaty. The U.S. was given 1 year to withdraw. In 1992, the last American forces left Subic Bay, ending an era. Many thought the alliance was finished, but history had other plans. A new, assertive power was rising in the region. The U.S. and the Philippines would soon find themselves drawn back together. The stage was set for a new chapter. The alliance would be reborn in response to new threats. After the U.S. withdrawal, China began asserting sweeping claims over the South China Sea. Its 9-dash line overlaps with the exclusive economic zones of the Philippines and other neighbors. China's actions grew bolder, occupying Mischief Reef, building artificial islands, and militarizing them. These moves changed the region's military landscape. Chinese Coast Guard and maritime militia have harassed Philippine vessels, using water cannons and ramming boats. In 2016, an international tribunal ruled against China's claims, but Beijing ignored the decision. China's assertiveness has alarmed Manila, Washington, and the world. The South China Sea is a vital artery for global trade. The risk of one nation controlling it threatens the international order. This aggressive behavior has pushed the U.S. and the Philippines back into a strategic embrace. Facing China's pressure, the U.S. and the Philippines created the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, or EDCA, in 2014. EDCA isn't about building massive U.S. bases, it's a flexible, collaborative approach. The U.S. can pre-position equipment and build facilities at Philippine bases, but the Philippines retains ownership. All projects require Philippine approval, and no nuclear weapons are allowed. This structure respects Philippine sovereignty and avoids the old political baggage. Initially, 5 EDCA sites were chosen. Recently, 4 more were added, some near Taiwan and the South China Sea. These sites allow rapid response to crises and signal a strong mutual defense commitment. EDCA's goals: improve joint training and deter aggression. U.S. presence raises the cost for any would-be aggressor. An attack on the Philippines could trigger a U.S. response under the Mutual Defense Treaty. EDICA is the backbone of the renewed alliance. It's designed for the challenges of the 21st century. The partnership is now more balanced and adaptive. Both nations are preparing for an uncertain future. The alliance is stronger than ever. The renewed partnership is most visible during the annual Balikatan military exercises. Balikatan means shoulder to shoulder, fitting for these large-scale drills. Thousands of U.S. and Philippine troops train together, practicing everything from amphibious landings to cyber defense. Recent exercises include island defense and live-fire drills, testing real-world combat capabilities. These aren't just for show. They ensure both militaries can operate seamlessly together. Balikatan also includes humanitarian projects like building schools and providing medical care. This builds goodwill and trust at the grassroots level. The exercises send a clear message. The alliance is serious about defending Philippine sovereignty. For China, it's a signal that coercion will be met with coordinated response. For the region, it's proof the U.S. remains a committed partner. Balikatan is deterrence in action. The expanded U.S. presence in the Philippines is reshaping Asia's strategic balance. China's military buildup aimed to keep the U.S. at bay, but new EDCS sites counter that strategy. These dispersed locations are harder to target and empower the Philippines to defend itself. Joint training and technology upgrades are modernizing the Philippine military. A stronger Philippines means a more stable region. The new sites, especially in northern Luzon, are crucial for any potential Taiwan conflict. Control of the Luzon Strait could be decisive in a crisis. This makes the Philippines a key player in regional security. The alliance now embodies integrated deterrence, using military, diplomatic, and economic tools together. The U.S.-Philippine partnership is a cornerstone of a free and open Indo-Pacific. By working together, they make it harder for any single power to dominate. The region is more resilient than ever. The U.S.-Philippine alliance is being watched across Southeast Asia. ASEAN members are divided, some welcome the stronger U.S. presence, others worry about provoking China. Vietnam quietly supports it as a counterweight to China, while others with closer economic ties to Beijing are more cautious. Beyond ASEAN, U.S. allies like Japan and Australia have deepened security ties with the Philippines. We're seeing a network of interlocking partnerships with the U.S. at the center. Recent joint naval exercises show this coalition in action. This mini-lateral approach is a pragmatic response to China's rise. The U.S. isn't acting alone, it's building a coalition for regional stability. The Philippines is now central to this collective effort. Together, these nations promote a rules-based order. The security architecture of the Indo-Pacific is evolving fast. The Philippines has moved to center stage in the new great power competition. After years of balancing between Washington and Beijing, Manila has chosen to double down on its U.S. alliance. This shift transforms the Philippines into a linchpin of regional security. The Indo-Pacific's future may hinge on what happens in and around the archipelago. China won't back down easily. Expect continued pressure and tension in the South China Sea. Internally, the Philippines must manage the impact of increased U.S. presence and maintain public support. Success depends on sustained commitment from both sides. The U.S. must prove itself a reliable ally. The Philippines must invest in its own defense. The goal is deterrence, not conflict, a stable peace built on strength. By standing together, the U.S. and the Philippines defend the rules-based order. The old friendship has found new purpose. Its strength will be critical for peace and stability in the region. Thanks for watching. Good night.